Ambassador Hunt.
Thank you for working me in. I am very moved by what you said. Very. And thank you. Thank you for letting me go immediately after you. You and I actually have very much in common in terms of what we hope for, and that is dignity. Dignity. Have very much in common in terms of what we hope for, and that is dignity. Dignity for all women and men. And when I hear about you all being abused by law enforcement, about you all not being able to trust when you go for help, it strikes me at my core. Now, how we get to dignity, we don't agree on, but I want you to know the goal is the same, all right? And we're not working against each other. In fact, my position is for very strongly for the decriminalization of your selling your bodies. We want that. You should never be demeaned. Position is for very strongly for the decriminalization of your selling your bodies. We want that. You should never be demeaned. You should never have to go a place you don't trust. Okay, so I just want to you to know how much I respect what you're saying. I have spent I have spent a long time living in Europe, and 4 years in Germany and 4 years in Austria. And I wish you could have been there too. I know what you said about George Washington University, okay? Anyway, so I'm mystified by some of the comments about the research, the Swedish and the Norwegian. I've been to those places. I've talked with the NGOs. I've talked to the members of parliament who passed those laws. I've seen the research in terms of what happens 5 years after the laws, 10 years after the laws. So we have a different experience on that. I also have been I'm very aware of what has happened in Germany since the decriminalization, and also in the Netherlands with Amsterdam. In Germany now, there are mega brothels where they can have 1,000 buyers at a time. There's a flat rate in some, which is about $100, and it's for a wurst, a sausage, and beer, and all the women you want. In other words, it's really awful, awful the way that women are being commodified. I personally believe that when you have a magnet like that, a place where Johns are coming and pimps are coming because it's safe, that it actually increases dramatically the abuses of women. And I want to make sure that as we're talking about public policy, which is something I've worked on. By the way, I'm old. I've been working on this for 37 years. But in the last 25 years, I've worked on public policy. And we have to be very, very careful. Looking at this policy, because often we're solving for the wrong issue. And in this case, what I hear about law enforcement is compelling. We've got to train and clean up our law enforcement here. You should not be going through the experiences you're going through. On the other hand, every law impinges on the rights of someone. And if I'm from Texas and I can drive and I can 110 miles an hour and get someplace that I need to get faster, I can do it and stay alive. But you know what? I can't. I may not. I will be arrested, even though it wasn't going to hurt me. And so let me end by saying I went downstairs to get here. I went through a scanner for metal. And I just think about if, in fact, that scanner only gave treatable stomach cancer, treatable, to, let's say, 5 out of 1,000 people who go through it, how long would we have that scanner in use? And the damage that we're talking about here and that you're hearing about for women who have, and girls, people who start as children, the damage is for a lifetime. And we need to think about public policy as protecting the vulnerable. That's what public policy is about. It's to protect the vulnerable. So thank you very much for letting me be here.
All right, thank you all very much for your testimony.